The title Beau Is Afraid means Beau is extremely anxious. It starts with Beau getting anxiety pills from his therapist. On his way home, we find out he's living in a post-apocalyptic world. Anarchy, murder, suicide, people living like animals. But it's not real. Because of his anxiety, he looks at the world from a different lens. He only sees the worst in people. I have a feeling he knows that none of this is real. That's why he takes Xanax to relax and see the real world again. But with his kind of extreme anxiety, he needs mushrooms on top of that to relax, with a sprinkle of heroin. Hello, thanks for being here. This is a spoiler review of Beau Is Afraid. It's an open ending that doesn't explain what you just saw, so this is just my own interpretation. And so he's about to leave for the airport and a hobo steals the keys to his apartment. It did not happen. He's only making it an excuse not to see his mama. Now, mama knows it too, that her son doesn't want to see her. That this wasn't the first time he missed a flight. Of why he doesn't want to see mama, we'll find out later on. Then he gets a call that mama is dead. A chandelier fell on her head. Now you'd think, there's no way this could happen. This is just another one of Beau's delusions. But it happened. Whether mama is actually dead or the caller is just lying. We as the audience doubt that, but the call happened. And so he has to come home for the funeral. He leaves his apartment, but he got hit by a van. Now this did not happen. It's another excuse for him to not go home. That's why he makes up a story in his mind about a family who adopts him. It turns out the mom was driving the truck that hit him. The family cares for him. They even let him sleep in their daughter's room. This is Beau fantasizing about the perfect family he wished he had. Something he didn't get with mama as a child. Because of his anxiety, he wants to live in a fantasy world for comfort. And so, Beau begs the family to take him to his mom's funeral since it's only a 6-hour drive. The dad promises he'd take him tomorrow, but when tomorrow came, he had some work emergency. Dad is a surgeon with lots of patients waiting for surgery. Dad says something like, I can let my patients wait and take you home now. Then Beau says, but your parents may die. Then Dad says, it's your choice. That's when it's made clear that this family does not exist. It's all in Beau's mind. But his imagination of this perfect family has a flaw because of his anxiety. There's a war veteran with PTSD that stays in a mini camper outside. He's jealous that Beau lives inside when they've only known him for a few days, while the veteran has known the family his whole life and even served in the military with their son that died in the war. Then the daughter drank a can of paint and killed herself. They thought Beau did it, so Beau ran away and the veteran chased him. I think Beau killed the daughter in his mind just to give a strong enough reason to end this fantasy already and go home. And so Beau runs to the forest where he imagines an even crazier fantasy world with orphans living in the forest. The orphans hold a stage play about Beau's life from childhood to old age, as you can see from the poster, and that's when I fell asleep because it was so confusing. Gladly, I didn't miss a flashback of Beau as a child with his mom on a cruise. Little Beau meets a girl named Elaine and they fall in love, but mama gets jealous. She wants her son only for himself. So mama tells Beau that his father died while they were having sex. He died from an orgasm, and so did his grandfather. So if Beau has sex with Elaine, he might die too. This is bullshit, of course. Mama is just very possessive. Now we know the reason why Beau hates mama. The play ends with Beau having 3 sons, but he realizes this can't be. He's still a virgin, afraid of dying from an orgasm. And so he ends his fantasy and gets home eventually. He's late for the funeral but sees mama without a head lying in a coffin. Then Elaine visits. They have sex, but Beau doesn't die when he finishes. Did this happen? No, because Elaine dies in a weird way, so it's a sign that it's fake news. It's all in Beau's mind. I think he was just pleasuring himself for the first time in his life. Remember how his testicles were massive? He's never rubbed his magic wand before. That's why he got 2 full bags of coconut syrup. And when he let it out for the first time, it was victory. His magic wand became a giant scorpion that killed the veteran. And so, after Beau doesn't die from an orgasm, it forces Mama to tell him the truth. Mama faked her death all along just for Beau to come home. This woman is crazy. That's how possessive, obsessive she is. When Beau asks why she lied to him, Mama says something like, "Why can't you love me back like how I love you?" Then Beau says, "I do love you, but sometimes I want to kill you." And the therapist is there too because he was the one who told Beau in the beginning that those two emotions could coexist. You can love someone, but you also want to murder them at the same time. That's the human condition. Eventually, Beau chokes Mama to death for ruining his life. In shock, Beau finds a speedboat and escapes. Then there's another cartoony sequence that ends with the speedboat getting stuck. Lights turn on and he's in a football arena, Mama standing from afar. The speedboat is actually a fast forward of Beau's life until he dies. And this arena is purgatory or something, and it's Judgment Day. Beau's life is shown on a big screen. When he was a boy, he and his mama were in the mall. He ran away and Mama was worried sick. While cops arrest Mama for causing a scene, Beau looks from afar and lets the police take her. Beau tries to explain himself, but that broke Mama's heart, and so she could no longer forgive her son. And so the speedboat collapses and Beau is gone. In short, he goes to hell, Mama goes to heaven. The end. What a heartwarming story. I think Ari Aster is trying to say that mothers do their best to raise their child. They're not perfect, they can be selfish, but there's no strong enough reason for a son to kill his mother. If that made any sense at all, consider subscribing. If I missed something or got something wrong, please comment below. I'd be happy to have a conversation. Thanks for watching. See you again next time.